Hi, I'm Pamela. I'm one of the product designers at Crema, and today I'm going to show you how to create illustrations in Figma. In previous videos, we have shared about a blanket management app we created called Vera, and we shared insights around design, development, and marketing. But today I wanted to show you something more tactical, and it is how we are handling illustrations. At the moment we created this app, we had no idea what users were going to upload into the app or how they were going to use it. And today, after 100,000 downloads, we do. And we know the most popular plant on Vera are the snake plants. So I want to illustrate a snake plant. And I'm also using my Wacom tablet. And because I want to create that effect of a loose leaf, and I think the pencil, it will make it easier. So all I have to start is a picture of a snake plant, and I have a frame or artboard. The reason why I'm using Figma is because I have all my designs and the design system in Figma. So instead of bringing another tool and using Illustrator, I wanted to see if creating these illustrations in Figma is doable. And I actually really love Figma, and I really like the pencil tool and how loose it feels. So that's why I'm using it. So to start, if you have a Wacom tablet and you want to use it, all you have to do is add it on your system preference. All you have to do is add Figma as one of the applications you can use it with. I'm gonna start drawing. I'm gonna start with the pencil tool, and I'm just gonna use this picture as the template, and I'm just gonna start drawing some of these leaves. So now that I have finished doing all these leaves, I'm gonna hide this picture, and I'm gonna grab all the vectors and add a fill. I have here the Vera color, so I have 4 different grains I can use for these illustrations. So like you can see, I have to go back and close this path. So I'm gonna grab each leaf, and I'm gonna click on the edit object tool, and I'm just going to make sure they close. So I'm gonna edit those one by one. One of the cool things you can do on Figma is that you can delete a path. And for instance, I deleted that one. And then all you have to do is join them together. Like the tool will immediately do it for you instead of having to have a command doing it. So that's really nice. You don't have to do Command J like in Sketch or Illustrator. I can see there is a hole in this section, so I'm gonna add that picture back, and I'm gonna add one more leaf. So I have that, and I'm gonna go back and do the same thing. So now that I think I have all the leaves, I'm gonna go back and do more illustration work. I want to create this effect that you see here in the leaf, the snake plant's leaf. They're very colorful, like the range of greens. It has a really nice variation. So I'm gonna create those lines in the leaves. So I'm going back to the pencil tool, still using my Wacom tablet, and I'm just gonna go back and do those lines one by one. as you can see, I didn't create this texture for all the leaves. I just picked a couple, the ones that are gonna be in the front. And just because I didn't want to overwhelm the illustration too much. But we're gonna go back. If we need it, if we find we need, we will add more. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna group each of these sections and create different groups under my layers. So this is the first group. I'm gonna call it L1. I'm gonna bring it to the front too. Okay, perfect. So right now I'm just going to rename all the leaves so I don't get confused. So I renamed all the layers, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to create masks to fix all these borders. So I'm gonna take this leaf here and I'm going to copy and paste, create a second layer, and I'm going to group it with the texture of this leaf. Group it, so I'm able to create a mask. So I'm gonna repeat the same process with all of them. For instance, this leaf, look, it's a little bit too wide, so I'm gonna fix the paths before I create that mask. I just noticed that. So something really cool about Figma is if you press the command while hovering over one of the paths, it makes it circular, like it's more smooth. So you can do that too. So now I have created all the masks, and I'm gonna send this one to the back. It's not supposed to be in the front. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is get rid of the stroke, all these things, because I don't need it anymore, which is really nice. You just click the stroke minus, and then, oh, that didn't work because I have the stroke in the texture, so I have to go one by one. And I'm gonna be changing the greens too, so I'm just gonna pick random greens. I have 4 greens, like I said, to play with, so I'm just gonna do that. Pick different greens from the Vera palette. So I think I'm pretty happy with the leaves. I'm just gonna change colors. Let's see how that looks. Maybe this one, change it to the darker green. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go into this texture leaves, like the texture of the leaf, and tweak them and change colors as well. I'm gonna change all this to green. I think I'm gonna be replacing some of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I copy and paste them inside that group, so they are masked already. I'll have to go back and do that again. You may be thinking why I'm just not adding a 2-point stroke and call it good. The reason being is that Vera uses for illustrations. I want to keep everything, all these textures and shadows on a 1-point stroke. So I want to have that limitation just to make everything consistent. And I really try to stay within the boundaries of our design system. So that's why I'm just going to be duplicating this and do more work, but try to stick to that limitation of doing everything just one point stroke for the sake of consistency within the illustrations and the app. But the cool thing about it is that the illustrations are very free. So I have the freedom to do loose paths like the ones we are doing right now. As you can see, doing an illustration takes a lot of work. Okay, I think it looks good. I like the leaves. I like the colors. Maybe this one, I'm gonna send this one to the back, see what happens. I think it looks better. So one of the things on Figma is that if you want to replace colors and you have an object with where you have applied different colors, then you see here on the right hand side selection color. So then you just click on that and then click this icon and you just replace the object with that color. So I'm gonna pick a pink so you'll see it. So I'm gonna replace just that color since it's the same one that might leave to another green, which is maybe this one. Yeah, and then maybe I replace that one too, and then no, it's too much. So I'm just gonna replace one. So then I'm just gonna pick a few ones, so that's easier to replace colors in Figma too, which is something I like as well. So I'm gonna do the same on this one. I'm gonna select all the colors and replace the green 3 with green 2. So now we're gonna move on to creating the actual pot. So for that, I'm just gonna use the shape tool and just gonna use a square first, and then pretty much using the same pot that we have here. So I'm just gonna apply a color. Most of the pots on Vera are either going to be either pink or yellow, so I'm gonna use a pink for this one. And I'm going to add just a radius here in this corner radius input field. So I'm just gonna add an 8. I try to keep everything on Vera multiples of 8, multiples of 4. I'm gonna use 16. So then what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to move this just, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So I have that. Then I'm gonna add a circle. Circle here. And I'm gonna send all this to the back. So on the first square that I created, I'm going to add a path in the middle, which Figma will find it for you. Will find the center for you, so you don't have to do it, just to create that 3D effect. I'm gonna add a path in the middle and then move these two on the sides a little bit, and for that I use shift and to move those paths, to grab them. Let's see how that looks. Maybe I need to move them up a little bit more. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. And just need to move them up. So what I'm gonna do now is cover some of this. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to create a mask for this section. So how I'm gonna do that, But I'm going to duplicate this layer, this one, duplicate it, and then I'm going to delete this path. So, and then I'm gonna grab the pencil tool and I'm gonna go and just cover that and close it. And I'm gonna change this to pink, and I'm gonna bring this to the front. And there you have it. We have our snake plant, and I'm super happy with it. So I hope this helps you using Figma to create illustrations, and share this video if you find it helpful. And if you're curious about other stuff around Vera or Crema, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.